Hey everybody, Bill in Virginia. Welcome back. So at the workbench, as promised in the last video, and now I'm working on that little 3D printed caboose. So making some progress. I've got basic painting done on the exterior of the caboose roof, little cupola, and a little bit done too on the base frame here. So what I'm going to do next on this is I've got a little bit of plastic that I will fill in for the windows, and then after that I can glue this up. I'm to that point, and then I'll glue the stairs on here again a little later. Light at my workbench is good for me, but just not good for video. So I'll show you once I get the basic pieces of this assembled. And then at that next step, I'll add trucks and some HO scale number 5 couplers to it. So this will be a pretty quick project, and then this one's going to go on the layout. Here's that little caboose put together. Got trucks on it, I got the couplers on it. Basic paint weathering is done. I'll chalk it up. What I will do is I will add some, not railing, but some little hand grabs and some other things on this. They came with little stairs and little steps, but with these trucks, it's just not able to put them in. And again, they're not the right trucks for this. But again, it's a branch line too, so don't care. I got windows in, little glazing. Roof comes off just like that when the car falls over. This was a nice, quick little model. Easy to paint with a variety of different acrylics. I'm going to put on the layout. We'll take a look and see how it looks. So I like that on the layout. And probably add a little bit of weight to it. And again, like I said, I'll do some other stuff, including some weathering, but just the way it sits on there, yeah, it looks pretty nice. I will, next time I get the layout leveled up, I will make sure it runs around. The wheels don't have much in the way of give, for tight curves. So we'll see, and I've got a little wiggle room that I can do for some trim underneath, but I like that. That adds a nice rustic little bobber type caboose on here. So, yep, that's doing good. There's that flat car. Let's go on to do another car here, that workboose, or whatever they're calling it. And then I'm gonna get started on the crane. So, coming along. So I've got this little caboose back over at the workbench, and it's just a little later Saturday afternoon. So I knew I needed to add some handrails. So I've come in and I've put in holes here and here for a handrail, as well as down here and here, sort of not as a step, but more as, hey, you grab here and then you put your foot on and so on. And then I also on the side added holes right there and there for like a little grab iron just near the door. So I did that on all the sides. Got looking through stuff that I had bought recently, and there's a little container full of little handrails. So I've got them actually kind of setting out right there. So little stirrups, probably HO scale, but these are going to be grab irons in O scale. So I'm going to put them on, and then we'll see how this caboose looks, because that should be about the last detail that I need to do outside of eventually I'll paint the trucks. All right, addition of some handrails. You can kind of see what I did here, and you can kind of see that one over by the door. You actually have to see it in person to really get a good feel for it. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to add just a little bit of chalk weathering, and I might try to rust up the trucks a little bit. I should be able to do that. pretty well without screwing them up. So I add a few more details and then I'll call this one good. Just another quick little piece before I move on to doing some of the weathering on this. I used a story stick for the placement of the handrail so that everything was uniform across it. Basically what I did is I took a little scrap stick and kind of marked it. And you can kind of see how the bottom line lines up with the sill, and then just brought it up to a spot that was a little bit higher than what the handrail would be. That same measurement on this particular car worked out well here, in that I used it as the guide, where you can see how that lines up there, to put those in. And then I even used it in the same when I was going onto the side here. And let me get over this way. And it put it in right there. It all lined up. So it was nice with this car that one little stick with a couple of little holes worked out perfect for getting all of the different little details on here that I wanted. Now on to weathering. All right, back over here for just a minute. So I've got this one pretty much done. You can see the handrails and the grabs on those. I've put a little bit of chalk weathering on this car, not a lot, just a little. I did come in and weathered up the trucks as well, just to kind of get rid of that shiny plastic look on both sides. I think that worked pretty well. You know, it rolls nice. Couples up good, so I got the height reasonably well adjusted on that. So a really nice little project for a Saturday afternoon. I definitely would recommend these. I got it off eBay. So if you look and you look for 3D printed car kits, you'll probably find it. I don't remember the person or company that I got it from, because I bought it, you know, a long time ago. But they're still on eBay. They do narrow gauge, like HO, O. I don't know if they do N, but you know what? For a little bit of money, yeah, nice product. I'm quite happy with this. So anyway, let's go on to start doing something else over at the workbench. So Saturday night is coming to a close, and I started a different project. You know, I was thinking about doing that one. But then I found in my odds and ends that I had this. Boulder Valley Models, same company, and it's a Porter Tender, HON3 Shorty Car Series. Materials to build 2 of these. So I'm doing that first. Just kind of got started on it, and starting to get the parts laid out. Simple little kit. You know, I'll have 2 little tenders once I'm done. Should be some good detail actually down in the service area. But should be able to get this done Sunday afternoon. Won't take too long once I get it glued up to get it painted. Get the truck on and get some couplers. And I've got kind of a neat little model here. So we'll see how this looks once I get it all put together. So it's Sunday afternoon, and went to Harbor Freight today. First time that I'd been there in quite a while. I went specifically to buy these, the Acid Shop brushes. I use these a lot on scenery where I'm spreading glue, dusting track to get ballast off of the top, putting glue under for track to sit into. Good general purpose shop brush. While I was there, looked around real quick, and I got some other stuff. Just perfect for modeling. You know, as I'm sitting at the bench and I'm doing more things, I'm finding more need for different odds and ends. You know, 6-inch, nice heavy-duty metal ruler for cutting. Little square, may or may not use it. You know, that's fine. Little detail brush set, different grade wire for cleaning parts, adding texture into wood. Little dead blow hammer, specific for hobbies, brass end, high density polyethylene on the other, perfect for pounding and doing a little chiseling. These little airbrush cleaning brushes, same thing, you know, nice bristles, not so much for the airbrush, but again for adding texture, cleaning parts. And then this 5-piece eye loop set. different magnifications just for those little quick times when you need some additional magnification, but you don't necessarily need to have an extensive amount. So, you know, not necessarily a pitch for Harbor Freight, but, you know, for modeling, they've got a lot of good stuff in there, and the price is decent. You know, we're not going to abuse the stuff that we've got for what we do as model railroaders. So, a nice little shop haul here. I'm going to get this put away, then I'm going to go back over and continue to work on those little porter tenders. First one is built. I like that. That is cute. The second one, I'm working on the couplers, and I'll have it put together in a few minutes. Show another segment once I get it done. Just have it on the track here, and then I will go and paint them and weather them up, and then show one last segment. I think then that will wrap up this video here. It's Sunday afternoon. I'm going to do a few things. The sun is finally out in Richmond after a rainy day yesterday. But definitely having fun out in the garage. So I like that. That's cool. I'm starting to make this look old, like a really old, true narrow gauge. There, I got both of them done. So yeah, these are kind of cool little cars. I will get them painted up and weathered and add them down in the engine service area. So that's been a fun little project. So next shot should show them pretty well done here. So those little porter tenders turned out well. Rough looking little cars. You can see I've got everything painted. I've got it weathered. I do have the trucks lightly weathered as well, similar to what I did on the Caboose. And bolts have been rusted ever so slightly, and the couplers. There are two little toolboxes yet that I will glue on once everything is cured a little bit. And in at least one of them, I've got a variety of O-scale tools that I will break out, and, you know, like a barrel and a few other little odds and ends for details. And then one I will leave mostly empty, maybe put in some like bark crumbles, like it's been used for hauling some lumber. But that turns out nice. So I will do one more short clip, and that will be after I put in some other things in one of these. And then that'll wrap up for this one here. So my Sunday night comes to an end, and I have the little porter tenders with some odds and ends in them. You know, some barrels and drums and a crate, a hunk of chain, and over on this side, a shovel just kind of sitting in the toolbox. I have more O-scale tools that I've just got to dig out, and I'll do that probably next weekend, that I can kind of paint up a little bit and then put them in those little caddy boxes. So with that, that's going to wrap it up for this episode. Quite happy with the things I got done this weekend. Been enjoyable. So with that, keep having fun on your layouts. Until next time.